Hi guys, it's me, just Lucy again, and for this video that I will be dedicated to the month of love, February in 2026, I will be talking about a show that's part of a franchise that I love dearly, and that being the Sonic franchise, more specifically, Sonic the Hedgehog franchise. So, the cartoon in question is Sonic Boom. Now, I will admit, when I first saw this show years ago, I was gonna make a whole video series out of it, but I wasn't too thrilled about it from the first get-go. It was only like 11 minutes long and all that, so I didn't think it was gonna be that spectacular. No, it seemed like being there, done that, like a Roadrunner and a Coyote cartoon. So I thought it was kind of like immature to watch it for a 30-something-year-old man to watch it. No, I didn't think anything of it too much. So this year I saw that Netflix was having a wait in the end of January. So I figured to watch all the episodes, all 100 and change episodes, over 100. And yeah, being that they were only like 11 minutes long, it didn't seem like that big of a deal, right? Well, no, it was a big deal. Number two, this show is freaking amazing. Okay? It's got so much involved in it. Forget a few things that read something out, but it's really, really good. Really awesome. Now, you might ask yourself, am I really a big fan of the show and the games and the lore behind Sonic the Hedgehog? Well, let me just say that I was born in the 80s and raised up in the 90s. The exact same decade that the Blue Blur spit onto our Sega Genesis. So I'm pretty sure that I'm well versed in the lore of the Hedgehog. In fact, I'm going to be doing a vlog of the TV show that I love so much, Sonic AM, which is referenced in this show, Sonic Boom, in the fact that he loves chili dogs. That's also something that's present in the comics as well, the Archie comics, which I don't know. I know that they're connected in some way, but I'm not sure if they're like a continuation of the Sonic show or whatever, but it's still pretty awesome. I know I have a number one in my room somewhere. It's still in plastic wrap. But that's not the only thing that it references. It references many of the games, as well as much of the music of the games. Now, I know that they didn't have the copyright for some of the songs that featured in the show, but on multiple occasions I could swear that they used the AC/DC's Thunderstruck, which was a real treat. And thanks to the AVGN, I know about the game Moonwalker. Now, Moonwalker used many of the licensed tracks by Michael Jackson to make the musical soundtrack for that game. But the only thing is that they didn't have the rights to it, I guess. So what they did instead was they used one of the tracks that were in the game, like the musical background sound effects for the game, they used something, I think it was like a rocket countdown or something. They also referenced Sonic the Hedgehog 3 when they referenced the Sky Sanctuary Zone, among a few other things, I'm sure. But this is also a quote-unquote pop culture references as well in the show. You got one thing that resembles Lawrence of Arabia, Misery, the movie Misery, of all things. They made 2 references to Legend of the Hidden Temple TV show, which again was in the 90s. They referenced the Michael Jackson Thriller dance. They referenced bureaucracy and how slow that is, with the Knuckles over there being the mayor. Even Dr. Eggman, or as Sonic insulted by saying Egg-Face. And that's kind of deep, actually. They referred to him as Egg-Face among many other egg puns, which tell a bit deep, in my opinion. But even he's afraid of the Knuckles as the mayor, because even as hardcore at bad as Dr. Eggman is, he still fears bureaucracy and the law. So that's really funny. But he's not the only bad guy in town in this show. There's also a bunch of like a shadowy guys called Lick Up Bad Guys, something like that. And also there's a recurring villain, well, actually 2 recurring villains. One about which is called Dave the Intern, which is very funny, really funny and cute. He reminds me of a college dropout. And it's very funny because he resembles like all the other inhabitants of this island, which remind me of Sonic, the Sonic OVA TV movie. And anyway, like I said, this guy Dave and all the others of the island resemble the character, customizable character from Sonic Forces, which is very funny. They reference some of the games as well, some of the racing games, like Sonic Racing Transformed, and that's pretty funny. They also reference the value of the dollars and Dude, Where's My Car in title screen. They even mention the Jetsons and let's see, what's the other one? The Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog. Now, they reference that in the same category because the character of Robo Mama Robotnik is obviously a robot version of Dr. Eggman's mother, which resembles Rosie the Robot, as well as the Mother Robotnik character from the Sonic cartoon, The Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog. It's so funny, this show. Plus, he has like a weird move on hair, but like the 1950s woman, or like Peg, Peg Bundy from the Married with Children TV show, which is so funny for me. And the year, they also have like an alternate universe there with an alternate Robotnik. You remember when the Archie comic stories as well? To look at the reference to Sonic Generation 2. Well, the Sonic Generation also. And they have a time travel episode too, which I feel like they should involve I think you mentioned DeLorean somewhere in there, and that's a direct comparison with beside Back to the Future, Sonic 3D. And by the way, they do make a cameo by Metal Sonic, as well as Vector Crocodile, which I had to become dollar signs. But the best cameo that I would wait for, and I tweeted when he came by, was this guy, Shadow the Hedgehog. Coolest guy in the entire franchise, in my opinion. And they do stuff in his Chaos powers and all that. He can actually beat Sonic, which is like kind of bizarre. But besides that, we have we all have references to Mario with this game in this show because Sonic refers to a princess that Tails can make happen by making 3D printing, and he used 3D printing to make her into reality. Now we all know that the princess he's probably referring to is Princess Peach from the Mario game, but if you play the Sonic 06, there's also Princess Elise that he could be referring to from that game. That's also a princess that needs rescuing every 10 minutes or so. So, there's that little pot of gold there that they don't want you to know about. There's a character that looks like Black Doom. That it's really crazy. It's voiced by Will Paulson, the same guy that does the voice of the Echo Warrior. And speaking of voices, we have a whole new cast of characters, a whole new voice cast too. We have Roger Craig Smith as Sonic the Hedgehog. We have Colleen O'Shea Shaw for Tails. We have Travis William for Knuckles. Now before I go on with this, you gotta say that people were bitching and whining that Knuckles was too stupid. Too much a Doug bro. Too much of an idiot. To which I say, so, in the game, he should have been a little soft in the head. And, I found this very likable and very funny. Specifically his, stupidity with, with sleeping out as he was a mirror for a day or an hour or so. He would stamp any piece of paper that came across his desk, and it would stick as law, regardless of how stupid or ridiculous the law was. He just stamped it, and his power was always taken away from him when he ran out of ink for the pad. Even Eggman was like, damn bro, you're powerful. Also, at the time was with Mark 2, being that Knuckles is like that average height, for a Sonic character, pretty cute and compact. But in this show, he was a big muscle man bruiser, which I actually like it like that. I like it quite a lot. I don't get why people whine about that too, but he also digs and he makes that weird noise they did in Sonic Adventure whenever he digs. Because he also can pick things up and put them down too. I remember that after Sonic Adventure 2, people whining that Knuckles is not guard the Master Emerald anymore, like he should be doing, and like the generation of echidnas did before him, all that. And they actually referenced that in the show too, that people find that he doesn't do that anymore. He has an existential crisis over it too. So this show digs deep when it comes to the references, and I enjoy it quite a bit. And also, I feel like that when they were talking about the cyber world with that guy that looked like Newton, he looked a lot like the world that they inhabited, awful like the internet world from Shadow the Hedgehog. I'm just putting out there. And let's see here, where today. Yeah, I finally played with Knuckles, but even though he was a montage and all that, he was still loyal to his friends. And the other really cool character that I forgot to mention was the guy that used a mech from ancient technology to battle Sonic and his friends. And what's more funny is that his wife even gets in on the action too, whenever it comes to fighting the good guys too. After egging him on. So, yeah, that's a lot of comedy right there. Now, back to the main five people. Main 5 people. Well, I should say 5 main people plus Dr. Eggman. And let me explain. There's Cindy Robertson, which plays Amy Rhodes. Now she's awesome. They really did a good job with her character. Being that in every version of the character except for that, they showed Amy Rhodes as being like just a pink version of Sonic with a massive crush on him and that big hammer. And that being said, in this one she's more a neat freak, more like a 3-dimensional character, and it's very funny that she does get to use the hammer on the genetic robots and stuff, but she actually does care about this one little bee robot that Robotnik has from games. I think 2 and I think 1, 2, maybe 3. Anyway, she has compassion for that. Now also, let's note is that the robots are not powered by little creatures. I think that would be too insensitive to have robots capture robots and have them capture animals and make them into robots. So what he did was he just made it purely mechanical. And I forgot what his power source was. But it wasn't a chaos animal, which I'm really surprised that they didn't put that in there. Maybe put it in there so it's like an egg or something. But that would be fun too. I'm gonna assume that they're all nuclear powered or something about it. So anyway, it's also Doug himself, which also went through a character design change rather than being that guy who incorporates animals into his robot designs. We have something more of a, like, what they were trying to do with Sonic 06 and the first to the game, or possibly the movie. Although I think the movie came out after this little treasure trove of Sonic lore. Anyway, they want to make him look more human, more of a, like, more bell-chested, not muscular, just bigger in that regard, and the arms and legs are more proportionate. I rather like this, even though when you see him in his desktop in a robe, he looks like he looks like a thumb. That's pretty much it. He looks like a finger of a thumb. Not even a fist, just a thumb. And it's also he's also into something that Amy's also into, called Happy Puppy Babies, not like that. Basically, it's a play on the Rainbow Monkeys, or the My Little Pony dolls that people like. I even like this cartoon show of My Little Pony. So there's another pop culture reference for you. And it's so funny that he's also into romance too. He tried to get Tails into his lady love, which always says, I'll bet you something. Maybe I'm thinking about another character, but there's one character that goes, I'll bet you. And that's really, really annoying, but yeah, it is a different girl. Because Tails' girlfriend has like a fascination with him and helping out and stuff. Let's see here now. He also has some fun lines in it. Like, for example, case in point. One of his robots, Cubot robot from the Sonic Colors game, really. I think that's when they made the debut. And other games too. He said that again that what's magic word. Now people would say that please thank you for some other variation of that. But no, he said in his velvety voice, my colored velvety voice, he said pawn shop. That's someplace here right there. Might be threatening, but he also must be very funny too. I'm just grateful that he didn't say the words of you know what they say, more the merrier, from Sonic Heroes and other stuff too. Maybe that was Sonic Child the Hedgehog. In case of because he put that in there. So there's also I also like his design as far as clothes go, because he's got like a when he gets a onesie. Number two, he has like he has like a weird like almost like a detail outfit, like a one type outfit. Also could be confused for a certain party that was in Germany in 1933 to 1945. I'll get more on that later. If this show is very interesting, think for that. But the reason why we're laughing just now is because there's one episode in which Dr. Eggman, of all people, becomes a cute little chinchilla type creature when he gets angry. It's like a parody of the Hulk, but it's also a reference to Sonic Unleashed, in which Sonic becomes a weird hog. Whoever thought of that idea has been high. But this is real funny because it's really cute and precious. Love to get it. Let me just talk about costumes for a minute. Sonic the Hedgehog for this game and the show, they decided to change him up where he's got like a handkerchief around the neck and mummy bandages around his feet and shoes. Much like the other characters in the show, the good guys. Now this handkerchief does make sense if you think about it like this, that whenever they're moving around at supersonic speed, when dust and rocks and stuff going into their lungs and whatever. So it makes sense on that regard. But for all the other episodes, like 2 instances, like the guy offhand, he never removes it. When he does Cheeto, and then the other one is where Eggman tricks him into winning a sunflower outfit to try to lure that bee robot to go after him, and then they can reprogram him again. And I said to myself when I heard the episode, how much you want to bet that is not necessary, that Sonic does not have to dress like a sunflower. And sure enough, Eggman revealed that it's just a trick, getting away with something stupid. Boy, that's funny and predictable. Let's see here. Well, there, Knuckles never changes that outfit. Can't even tell which is it. His hands and which side is which side, right or left. And you got that. I like Tails being the genius of the group, being able to put together like all kinds of gadgets and gadgets and all that. That's pretty cool, by the way. I like Amy's outfit on, with no panty shots whatsoever, like in the cartoon, in the show that she's in, the game she's in, Sonic Adventure. Let me think here. Yeah, there's also Sticks. Now people would say, who the fuck is Sticks? Sticks the Badger. But she's actually a character that I think was only made for this show. And yes, you do make reference to laser tag they use in Sonic Boom rival lyrics. But Sticks, the user, and she's voiced by Nika Furman. And one thing I gotta comment on her voice, that somebody at the production company probably said, we can't get Chris Summer to do it. She retires, or she's busy. So, Miss Furman, can you do Chris Summer voice? Also, can you do like a New Jersey accent? But she's actually pretty fun as a character because she's apparently schizophrenic who's into the conspiracy theory, particularly about aliens, robots, and anything else that you might find weird. She's very kooky and crazy, and I love it for it. And she uses the weird boomerang attack, and she has like weird attack. And she has a war cry that sounds very much like yeah, I can't say it right actually. Some incredibly racist toward Middle Eastern people, but you get the idea from my description of that. So anyway, they also have the reference to throw dance, and in one episode in which they have to fight their robotic doppelgangers in like a football match or a soccer match, they have like a weird another reference to popular culture. And before I get to that, I want to say that I think that the robot doppelgangers is a reference again to Sonic R of all things. Because in the game they have robotic Sonic, they have robotic Tails, they have robotic Knuckles, and Amy. I don't have a thing for 6 because she didn't exist back then, but if she did, they probably have a robot version of her too. Anyway, back in Germany in 1933-1945, they had a very interesting flute. Not like this, but something else was another church move. That's very frowned upon nowadays, and they don't do it exactly like that. You do it with a closed fist. But I'm sure that if you go to in history archives, you will see at least one soldier in that era that did that with a closed fist. And luckily, I happened to find that, and do like a free stream of it, and I put that on my channel. I'm gonna put that in my thumbnail. Okay, if you haven't seen it already, that's really funny actually. They picked that of the reference along with Eggman in his outfit. And there's also the way that they have Eggman with generic robots, and they fight the good guys, and some actually are fed up with his treatment of them, by which he has like they have to go on strike. And at first, Eggman's like, go ahead, I don't care about that. Go ahead, do it. I don't care. And eventually, more and more of his genetic robots go on strike, and some of the more powerful ones do it. And then, the only robot that doesn't do it is a Cowbot, which is so slow and awkward that whenever I see it, I'm like, please put this guy out of his misery. He doesn't deserve to live. He wants to die. He wants to be killed and turned into little beefsteaks. Anyway, go on strike, and then at the end of the episode, Eggman loses weight and treats his robotic servant a little bit better. And a little bit better. Now also, there's like a big golem creature in the game, which I think references the golem from Sonic Adventure 2 Battle along with Shadow the Hedgehog, his debut game. But also, I think that it references Pokemon in that you have to play music for something to happen with him, like small lives. But it's Look, you gotta wake him up. And it's cute, you gotta get him to go to sleep. Also, for the same matter, Stick the badger does like a curl sound. She flaws her tongue a little bit, so it's like the thing with one of Trump's little minions over there. They did that. I can't remember her name, but you know about it wasn't Omarosa, it was somebody else. Anyway, get to it. That's too good. And I like the last episode where they combine everybody to fight with each other. Hedgehog. But they don't actually defeat him, so if this had gone to season 3 or beyond, they probably had an arc with Shadow being defeated or something. Because it's so bad as well that you can't do anything about it. Let's see here. Oh yeah, it's also a thing about when Eggman develops his own video game altogether. And it's funny because it's like talking about the video game industry as a whole. So that's actually really funny. You know, a show based on a video game talking about the industry. That's super funny to me. Yeah. There were just so many references and so many fun things about the show that I know I missed a few of them. There were movie references, pop culture things, and just in general good sense of nostalgia and fun with this show. And I love every bit of it. The graphics can get a little bit dull at times, like when they're talking about generic creatures there. But overall, it's really good. And I feel like the bad guys that always in hoods, like cult member thing, remind me of Eyes Wide Shut for some reason. Anyway, I thank you for watching my review of all of the a bit of the entire series of Sonic Boom. Believe it or not, that's about it. If you don't rinse the song Sonic Boom or the phenomenon of the Sonic Boom, it's more low key, more down to earth, or Mobius, if you will. Meaning that Dr. Eggman is the only human being on this pure island when it's the desolate to him, and the other one, Lost Tropical, like among islands, like the island from the Sonic OVA, among other things too. There's a whole range of references to Sonic lore, games, comics, movies, TV shows, and everything else. Like I said, but I probably can't list them all, otherwise it would take a few hours to do everything. But Netflix did extend the show on it for a month, so in a couple of days it'll be gone. I recommend you watch it again, or watch it period. And we did this for my month of love, February in 2026. I give this entire show a happy face silver pool because it's freaking awesome. The jokes are funny, the characters are funny, the new character like Dave, the mayor, which I feel is a reference to the Powerpuff Girls mayor, as well as Stick the Badger, and the guy that would get hunted by his wife. For Shadow Hedgehog and the crocodile and the other one, like Metal Sonic. You don't have any plugins though, which is a surprise. And I feel like when the other characters is a reference to Walter, the World of Warwick, and that being that Warwick mother and baby, who's the father I don't know. Let's see here. If you like what you hear and want more of my stuff, you can always like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel. You can also contact me for future videos by calling me or texting me at 631-707-3707. Or if you like to know me, follow me on Twitter or X, prefer at P Maelstrom Pro. Which reminds me of the episode in which Dr. Eggman makes his own truth social knockoff, which sounds very, very, very familiar, doesn't it? Of an evil bad guy who wants to take over the world, who makes his own social media platform. But I wonder who that could be. Anyway, you can look at my email at jjviewingchannel@gmail.com. So, I salute anyone that likes the show, and anyone else that likes comedy and stuff, and Sonic talk. So, peace out my brothers and sisters. I'll see you in the next video. Or you girls and guys eat internet. Sayonara. Good luck. Bye bye. Ciao ciao. And finally, I want to say that they also reference Project Meteor Mouse, which was Sonic the Hedgehog's first name before he became Sonic. So with Meteor Mouse. That's something I just remembered from the show. It's so good. So good they have the history of Sonic the Hedgehog all in one show. And gags and lines and stuff. So yeah.